Hey guys, today we are going to be looking at the Transformers Generation 1 Triple Changer Sandstorm. And here he is. He is missing some stickers, mainly the window ones, and we will see that in buggy mode. But he does have the main ones. He has these big Autobot sticker ones right there. Has, I think, no, I don't know if this is sticker or paint. I can't really tell. Feels like a paint, but I can't really tell. But there's the bottom, obviously, has that. You can see the stickers gone. It looks like they just weren't put on. They have zero residue on them. But this is the mode we're going to start in. He turns into a buggy and a cargo helicopter. And the cargo helicopter is easily my favorite of the two. I just love the alt mode, and because the buggy wheels, it can still roll. And then the propeller doesn't really spin too well, but it gets it across pretty good. The rear tail rotor does spin, as you can see. Mine likes to come up because you can see it's been warped, which that kind of sucks, but it's okay. So yeah, I don't know, something about the, like, bulbous nature of it, and then the oddity of, like, the Transformers, they've had helicopters, but they're more, like, attack helicopters, like militaristic helicopters, like Whirl, or, Vortex, or Springer. He's a futuristic helicopter, but I wouldn't say he's, like, a cargo helicopter like this. This is more like a first responders cargo helicopter, like, not really meant for battle. And I just really like it. I love the look of it, and I like the way he turns into it. It's a super, super fun transformation and alt mode, and it's unique. So yeah. I do not have his weapons. It's just the guy, and I got him at a flea market for, I think, $25, I think, $22, $25. So I got a decent deal on him. If he had his gun, I think it would be a really good deal, but I didn't, so it's just a decent deal. I got a decent deal on him, but still, I really like him. He really surprised me. So, enough talking about the helicopter mode, let's get him into buggy mode. So, obviously, we're going to collapse the rotors, and we're going to slide it into this channel, and then push it down. And you can see that they're bent as well, but they're like the same soft plastic. Then we'll take the tail rotor, or the tail, and just fold it over. And then we'll take this and fold it over. And now we'll come to these wheels and flip them down, like so. And now we'll take these pieces, which become his arms, and they are on screws. I will probably have to tighten at least this one. It seems a little loose. Probably tighten both of them. And then we'll pivot them down to fill out the sides. The sliders on mine are really weak, so if the legs just start coming down, then that's why. And now we'll take these wheels and come down. I just love, like, the mass shifting, how, like, each mode's just, and then we'll just push this back, and there you go. Obviously, the tail rotor sticking out, but oh wait, you gotta pull his head out to expose the engine. And I just love, like, the mass shifting of this, how it goes from, like, a big bubbly like tube of a helicopter to a flat, rigid, rough dune buggy. And then like flattens out, and you flip him over to do either one. I really like the idea of him. He obviously does it very quickly. He does the concept very fast, obviously, but I just really, really like it. And obviously, you do get things like this gap right there, and then the tail rotor sticks out. But I don't mind too much. I just really love how simple and effective his transformation is. And I just really like it. Obviously, the wheels are still intact, and he rolls really well. I really like the molding on the wheels. It gives that, like, just Tonka feel, kind of, like, with the chrome, then the deep black, and then the nice deep ridges. Just reminds me of, like, Tonka wheels that you could take this guy out to, like, your sandbox and just run him around since he's a dune buggy. I just really like the concept of it. It just It's super, super fun. I think this is just some dirt, or where like an actual sticker was peeled off and that's just the adhesive. I don't know. But yeah, I just really, really like it. Like both the modes so far. And a lot of triple changes you can't say that for. But the next mode does get brought down quite a little bit. So to get him in robot mode, you just start with pulling the legs down. I do like the fact that they somewhat lock in. And then you can't just pull the feet out. I think, yeah, you have to pull them down and then swing them out. Like so. And now, I'll just raise the camera just a touch. And now, all you have to do is bring that back, and then fold out the hand, or the arm, you could say. Do the same thing. And I think these are on like ratchet joints, or like on more, maybe not ratchet joints, but more of like a detent, like detent. You can see the grooves for that detent right there. And now all we have to do is to swivel his head around. Swivel his head around, and there we go. There goes one of his legs. And obviously his arms aren't perfect. This is an 86 Transformers toy, so it's not going to be perfect. It'll never be perfect. But I really, really like it. I do own Broadside. I own Astrotrain. And I don't own Blitzwing, but I have played with Blitzwing and messed with Blitzwing. So I don't own Octane and Springer. But of the other three that I have, or own, or have messed with, I don't know. I think, other than Astrotrain, I think he is the funnest. I really, really like him. I love his just simplicity. Like, the same concepts apply for each mode. Like, you basically do the same processes and steps to get from his buggy to his cargo helicopter to his robot, move the legs, move the arms, and flip the wheels around, just does the same basic concepts. I really like that. It has that same G1 simplicity. I really like this guy. Just because of that pure fun simplicity. And yeah, he's an 86 guy, so he only gets an elbow, really. He doesn't get any sort of shoulder, doesn't get any sort of articulation. I guess he could count his head, and I do really like his head. The head is very, very cool, but of course it's just stuck to a plate that is the engine. But still, I really, really like it. I love the look of him. And I am very surprised that the Legacy one is going for the toy face, which I don't know is a good thing or a bad thing. I don't really care, because I'm satisfied with this, and I just really like this, and I think that even for this being an 86 toy, that the new one's gonna have a really tough time, like, beating the charm of it. Obviously, it's going to beat it in articulation and everything like that, but beating it in its charm and simplicity to do all of its modes, I think it'll have a tough time doing that, in my personal opinion, because this toy, like I said, like 5 times already, is that it's not a great toy. It's from this 86 to 88 era that these toys weren't engineered the same as the early Diaclone and Takara toys. You can see that, but these toys, I think they stand out when they have marvelous, fun transformations like he does, and that's what elevates them for me. Like, this guy, Crankcase, the Firecon, certainly, just their dead simplicity with their transformations, elevate them, because there's nothing else to play with them. Like, yeah, he has an elbow, but the other toys that I mentioned don't have that. So you find new ways to have fun with it and play with it, and the fun and simple transformation definitely comes out when it comes to that. And I don't know, I don't know, just for some reason, this guy, he just really captured my heart, and I really like him. And I, I don't know. He is probably a pretty strong contender for the Toy of the Year. Not the Toy of the Year. I got Terracon Cliff Jumper, the one that I wanted, so he is not getting number 1, but he might make it at number 10 because he's just such a fun, simple toy. And I don't know how much he goes for on eBay. It's been a long time. He really just flew off my radar. Back when I was I started collecting like heavily, like full on collecting. I was more into G1, just the G1 toys. But and Sandstorm was one of the ones I was thinking about getting, but never just got to it. And he kind of just flew under the radar. Even the Thrilling 31, which I really wanted as well. Just Sandstorm in general just swept by. As a character, he always stayed in my head, but toy-wise, for my collection, really flew under the radar. But when I saw him, I was like, do I need to have him? No, probably not. But do I want to have him? Yeah, I do. So obviously I got him, and his simplistic transformation just captured me. And if you want just a fun, simplistic 86 toy that's a triple changer, I suggest him. Obviously, I can't say for Octane and Springer, but definitely for Sandstorm, I really like him. Really, really like him. I highly recommend you getting him if he's busted up, like he is very worn out, or he's completely perfect with his accessories. I don't really care. Just he's a very, very fun toy, and I suggest you get him. He's just another kind of middle-of-the-road guy, but he gets elevated by his fun, simplistic transformation. So, yeah. And that's what I have to say. So, till next time, see ya.